My folks bought the ranch in 1961, 1,500 acres total. So this is where I grew up since I was 13 years old, and it's been a really nice backyard to have to live in.
When Steve wrote to me when I was coming out to work the first summer, he said, drive to the end of the road, and when you get to the most beautiful place you've ever seen, you'll be there.
We built the house ourselves in like 1981 was when we started building the house, and keep adding little touches to it.
It took us a long time to build it, but little by little we've made it into a pretty cozy place.
This trail we're on, we hike on it a lot. It's also, when the neighbors are herding cows up the road, they'll actually herd them up here just where we're walking and back out onto the road. But then we use this for a cross-country skiing trail in the wintertime. But we have some of the best terrain in the whole Roaring Fork Valley right here.
Here's our one double black ski hill. Now, we used to have the greatest sledding parties come bombing down here all the way down across that field. It was a little exciting.
My dad was Bob Child, and people will remember him. He was a county commissioner for 15 years in Pitkin County. He was on the very first Pitkin County Open Space and Trails Board when they introduced the first climate change resolution. To him, this land that we owned rightfully belonged to the Utes. He viewed himself not as the owner of the land, but as a temporary steward of the land. That's really the basis of, his land ethic started right here on this property.
Yeah, this is it. I remember there was a ladle. And you take a scoop and drink out of the ladle. And we always sort of looked with a little side eye at Molly going, really, is this okay? And she'd go, yeah, and it's delicious. Yeah, I must have been 11 or 12 years old. I'm trying to remember. I was a counselor. And I just have these memories of sitting in the child's house and doing these arts and crafts and then exploring around the forest and always taking the kids out to a different place where they just wilded themselves. And that was so powerful. The Childs are legends in the valley, and that started with Steve's parents, and they fought an epic battle to protect Haystack Mountain here from becoming the next Aspen area ski area.
The Aspen Ski Company needed our property to sort of be the base property. My dad fought against that, and he fought against that with lots of allies here in the valley. There are so many families who were farming and ranching in the Roaring Fork Valley who the only way they could make money and retire was to sell their land. There was no mechanism for doing a conservation easement. We were like a guinea pig property, if you will.
The Childs kicked off this effort, and it did. It sort of spread like wildfire around the valley. Now there's well over 5,000 acres conserved throughout this valley, which is a fantastic buffer to protecting these precious valley bottoms and the fertile soils and the wildlife habitat. It really took somebody jumping in first and saying, this isn't crazy, we can do this.
The conservation easement was completed after my father had just passed away, but that was his dream to really preserve the land. What we have left, we need to preserve it and keep it as much in a natural condition as we can. And I think that's essential for our survival as, a society.
My hope is that this land will change people before they change it.